Hey guys, today we're going to teach you how to make a completely free WordPress site. All you have to pay for is your hosting and domain, and we have an awesome discount for you. The website is going to look just like this one, so get ready, we're going to get started. So first step, we're going to go through the steps. We're first going to sign up for hosting, and then after that we're going to install WordPress to your website. Then we're going to go ahead and download a free theme and plugin for you to use, and we'll put the link in the description for you. We're going to install the theme and plugin, and then of course we're going to design the website. It's going to be super easy. Anyone can do it. So let's get started, like I said, with the hosting. So here we have HostGator.com, and this is going to be what we use to sign up for our hosting and our domain name. So it makes it really easy right here. We're just going to go ahead and click Get Started Now and then choose a plan. And that'll show us 3 different plan options. We have the hatchling plan, the baby plan, and the business plan. Now they give you different options based on what you need. I'm going to go ahead and pick the cheapest one, the sign up now for the hatchling plan. So here we are. It's going to take us through some steps. First things first, we're going to choose a domain. So this is any domain name that you want, any .com. I'm going to choose the Freelance Crew. That's going to be the theme of my site. And then once I click out, you'll see that it's available. And if it's not available, it will show me that. But this one is. So I'm going to scroll down. Below here is domain privacy protection. And as it says here, it helps protect your identity and hide your personal information so no one else can see it. And I actually want my personal information hidden, so I'm going to keep that even though it's extra. The next one is to choose a hosting plan. So we kind of already did this, but if you go to the billing cycle, you'll see that it's different months. So you can do month to month or 6 months or any of these. I'm going to do month to month. Then I'm going to just choose a username to log in with. So I'm going to choose the FC for the Freelance Crew. All the steps are good. And then a security pin. So just something to keep me safe. 1, 2, 3, 4, pretty secure, right? Okay, then we're going to go ahead and enter our billing info, and this is in order to be charged. So you're going to go ahead and enter your email and all the information on the billing info. And I'm just going to go ahead and pause my recording here really quick so I can fill this information out. So I'll be filling this out, and then when I'm done, I'll let you know the next step here. Now that I've done that, I'm going to go ahead and scroll down to additional services that I can add. You'll see here they offer things like Site Lock, which secures your site, and email, and a bunch of other things. But I don't really want these right now, so I'm going to take them off. You can feel free to use them if you feel the need. They are extra. And then, of course, we're going to enter the coupon code. So erase whatever code you have because ours is going to be better for you. And we're going to put in BuildPath. And as you validate, you're going to be able to notice the discount, and it's going to give you an awesome discount. So now my total is only going to be $27.28 for this entire hosting and domain. So I'm super excited about that. And once you've seen that, you can go ahead and scroll down and make sure you click the little check mark and then check out. It'll bring you to this payment page here. And then once you get this payment page, you're going to navigate to your email account, and it's going to give you something. So here I am at my email account, and I have to go to my spam. It depends. You might want to check and make sure they didn't go to your spam, either way. And if I go to my account info, it's going to tell me the information I need to get to the back end of my website. So you'll see here, it's from HostGator, and that's how you log in, and these are the different credentials I need. The control panel is what you're going to focus on in order to log in to your site. So go ahead and click on that. And then the username and password is going to be given to you in this email. So mine is the FC. And then I'm going to paste that in there. And then the password, you can copy and paste. It's going to be something crazy, and you can change that later if you want. Hopefully you don't need your control panel very much. So here we are. I'm going to go ahead and exit everything. Okay, so exit that, and I'm going to say, no, I'm fine. I got this. All right, so here's your control panel. Lots of who's you what's it's on here. We're going to go ahead and focus on just one thing, and that is the WordPress install. So you navigate to the top, and you'll see Get Started with WordPress. You're going to click that button, and we're going to get started installing WordPress. So it's really simple. You go to this Install WordPress for Free section, and click Install WordPress. And then you simply use the drop-down menu to find your domain, which should be the only one on your account. And then you're going to do your email again. So the freelance crew is my email, followed by a title for your site. So mine's the freelance crew. A username, again, I'm just going to keep mine the same. And then first and last name, I'll just use my business name for now. And then you just click install. And it takes literally like under a minute. So you can exit this out. So now it's installing and bam, it's already done. Look how fast that was. So if you go to the top and you go to view credentials, that's your login info, and it'll also be emailed to you. So this is really important. This is the administrative area where you're going to log in. So I'm going to copy this password first, and then I'm going to go ahead and click this link. It's clickable. It will be in your email, like I said, as well. So I've already logged in once, but just to show you, you can have it remember you so you don't have to type it in every time. And then there you have it. Here is the dashboard to your WordPress website. So now we're get ready with WordPress. And if you click on it, you'll see that it's just the buffer, kind of filler page before we install your theme and get ready to design. So now I'm going back to my dashboard here, and I'm going to go ahead and show you the steps that we were going to take. So first off, you're going to get all these plugins naturally installed there. We don't need any of these. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is click this button, select them all, and first and foremost, deactivate. That way, none of them are active on the site. Then I'm going to click them all again, and I'm going to delete them because we don't need them right now. Click yes. And there we are. So now we have a nice clean slate for plugins. We don't have to worry about those. The next step I'm going to show you is how to change your permalinks. This is important to make sure you have normal URLs for your pages. So right now it gives you this weird stuff right here. You're going to click post name. And what that's going to do is make every URL the name of your page. So the post name will say your page name. So after that's done, we're going to install the theme. So you go to Appearance Themes. And they give you these free themes, but we're going to add a new one. This theme we're going to add is called Illdy, and it's a free theme. It's totally awesome, and it's really simple to design, especially the home page. It lays it all out for you, and it's going to look just like this. So we're going to go ahead and click download. And like we said, we'll have this link for you in the description. And then you're going to go ahead and download right here. It's going to bring up this zip file, and you're going to want to save it to a place on your computer where you can find it. And there it is. Okay. So now I'm also going to show you the plugin that we're going to use as well. This is called SiteOrigin Page Builder. We'll give you this link also. And this is going to help us build our pages in a really smooth and easy way. So we're going to go ahead and download this free page builder as well. Click download now. And then download version, whatever version it is at the time. And again, it's going to give you a zip file, and you're going to save it to a place you'll remember. And there's your 2 files that you're going to need for this website. So navigate back to the theme dashboard where we were and click Add New, and then Upload Theme. Then you're going to choose File, and you're going to pick that zip file that you downloaded in whatever folder it's in. So this is the Illdy one. We're going to go ahead and click Open, and then Install Now. So now it says the theme's installed successfully. We're going to activate. And there we have it. Now the theme is installed. So if you visit your site, you'll see the exact demo. Well, without the same picture, but it's still pretty much the exact same demo that we saw in the example pages. So it's really nice and really easy to edit. Go back to your dashboard here, and you're going to begin installing these plugins that they recommend. So Jetpack, oops, we're not going to really need, but I'll install anyways just to show you. So, if you click, so we're going to install Contact Form 7 and Jetpack just to show you just how to install them both. So it'll start installing. Okay, and then we're going to return to the required plugins installer, and then we're going to activate. So now both the plugins will be activated. It'll tell you this at the top, and if you navigate to the plugins tab, you're going to see these plugins. Now I'm going to not use Jetpack because it's unnecessary, but if you go further on, you can, learn how to use it. But we're going to dismiss this notice for now and just show you the basics. Now we're going to go ahead and install this plugin, the Page Builder plugin that we had downloaded the zip file of. So we go ahead and go to the top again and click Add New. And then they're going to give you some options, but we're going to install this one. So Upload Plugin. And then same thing, we're going to find that zip file and we're going to put it into the site. So you click the SiteOrigin zip file wherever it is on your computer, and you're going to go ahead and install now. So now the plugin's installed, so we're going to click Activate Plugin. And there we have it. There's our page builder. Now for the fun part, we're going to go ahead and add all of our pages that we're going to want. I like to do that first to get it out of the way. So if you go to Pages here on your dashboard, and All Pages, you'll see that they have these sample pages. You can go ahead and select those and move them to the trash. We don't need those. So once those are gone, you go ahead and navigate to the top button that says Add New, and we're going to add our pages. So first we're going to add a home page. So I type home and then click Publish. This just puts the page on the site. We can add another one. I'm going to do another basic one is an About page. I'll also do a Services page here. And again, don't forget to go down here and click Publish. And then the last one I'm going to add is, of course, a contact page. You definitely need a contact page so people know where to contact you. Go ahead and click Publish on that one. And then when I go back to all my pages, I should see all 4 of the pages I created here. I'm also going to create a menu. So go to Appearance and Menus, and this will get the menu aspect out of the way as well. So here's our menu. Has this custom link for the home page. I'm going to go ahead and remove that and do home, and this is just a simple drag and drop here. You just hover and drag, put it in the order you want, and then create menu. You can change the title too, but I'm just going to leave it the same way. So go ahead and create. Then if you click primary menu here, it'll save it as your main menu. So save that. Now it's all saved, so if you click here and go to your main site, you'll see it as the menu. It's that simple. So there's our menu. Now I'm going to get to the fun part and show you how to edit this entire page. It's going to be awesome. So it's really simple here, and it makes it really easy. All you have to do is go to this Customize at the top, and it's going to customize the entire home page. So as you see here, it lays out all these sections. So we're going to start with the first section. The very first section is General Options, and we're going to go to the Preloader. And so you see the different colors there. If you don't know what the preloader is, let me show you on the demo. It's this first thing that comes up, this loader. Okay, that was fast. Let's try again. That thing. Did you see it? Okay, so those are the different colors you can make it. I'm going to leave it yellow because I like this color, but you can change it to any of these. The next thing is the logo. So if you see here, this logo is up here. I don't want their logo, so I'm going to remove that, and I'm just going to type in the name, the Freelance Crew. You can, of course, add your own logo, but we don't have one, so we're just going to leave that. You can save any time during this as well. Contact details. Let's go ahead and click that. This will give you your social icons here and also your contact information. So for social, I don't really have a social for mine, but if you did, you'd say www, whatever the URL is, and then whatever your, forward slashes. So if it was the freelance crew, but I'm just going to put the regular, names in here just to make it easier. Okay, so now we're going to do our email address, which I do have, thefreelancecrew@gmail.com, whatever your email is. Then you're going to do a phone number. I'm going to leave this filler here. And then your address for your business, which I'm going to leave as well. Then you can save it. Go back. Now we're going to do footer details. So to scroll down and show you the footer here. So it's this little section here. So you'll see I'm going to remove their logo. And then you can do a footer copyright. So you can change the text that's in here. So what you usually like to do is put your business name. So I'm going to go ahead and put the freelance crew. And then I'm going to move this around a little bit. Take that, 2016, okay. And then I'm going to take this off too. Not really necessary. Just make it simple and clean. All right, and save that. Looks good. Really simple. Next up is a site identity. So you see it says the freelance crew. I want it to have a little tagline. I don't want it to say WordPress, of course. So just make up a little tagline for your business if you don't have one. If you do, put one in here. I'm going to do helping others learn to create a freelance business. That's kind of our motto, and we'll show you where that comes up on the site as well. Okay, and you don't have to save every time. I just like to do it. You can just hit the back arrow and save when you're all done. It's totally up to you. So while that's saving, I'm going to do the static front page for this site is a little tricky. So usually you'd go static page and click home. But as you'll notice here, the home page is actually not the same as what we want. So we're going to go ahead and not do that and leave it as is and put it as your latest posts. And that's going to leave the default home page that we're going to edit. So we actually don't need that home page. So we're going to delete it off of our menu later. So now this blog header theme is actually going to change different options on the pages. So if I click about here, you'll see this background image. We can actually change that to whatever we want it to be. And then you see here that's the title and the tagline. It's going to be on every page. So I'm going to go ahead and change up their image here and add a new one. So if I go to select files here and I upload the images I want to use, I'm going to do all of my site images. You can just do one at a time. It's totally up to you, but I find this to be easier. Just wait for them to load. Okay, now I'm going to see which one I want to use for my headers. So let's see. I'm going to pick that one and see what it looks like. Then they let you crop it, so move it to the middle here. And then I'm going to crop the image. And that's going to do a kind of a crop. Oh, I don't like how that looks. Okay, let's not do that one. Let's add a different one. So if I go to add new, I can pick a different one. Let's try out this one. This one looks good. I'm going to skip the cropping this time. Oh, there we go. I like how that looks. Okay, so that's going to be my image on all my pages as the header. So you can save or go ahead and just click the back arrow, whatever you want to do. Next section is going to be the menus, which we already set, so we're fine with that. And now we're just going to go ahead and go to the next section. Jumbotron. Okay, we have to navigate back to the home page, so I'm going to click the logo to get back since I have to fix my menu here. So all the sections are going to be edited now, and they're actually in order over here, so it's really nice. You have like the Jumbotron, then the About, and it's really cool that it all goes in order. So this Jumbotron, as you can see, is this big background image, this big title section. First, you're going to change the image to whatever you like. I think I'm going to do, let me try these out. So that one doesn't really work because I can't see the menu, so I'm going to try a different one. Let's try maybe this one. Still can't really see it very well. So let me just go ahead and I'm just going to make them all match. So if I go back and I change my image and I click the one that I had before, I think that one will be best. Let me try this one. No, definitely not. Okay. Yeah, so I'm going to pick the one with the desk. That's for me. So pick the one that you like the best, and you can try out as many as you need. And then you're going to go ahead and scroll down. and that's going to allow you to change the different titles and different parts of the section. So you see like these different words here. You can go ahead and erase those. So I'm going to write, learn to freelance. Now if you notice, it doesn't put a cute yellow period unless you put it in the other sections. So if you put it in another section, the top two, it gives you this cute yellow accent. So I'm going to do it like that. And then you're going to do a little description underneath of what your business is. So I'm going to go ahead and make one up real quick. Alrighty, so now that I've done that, you can go ahead and see where it's reflecting on the site. And if you scroll down, we'll go ahead and make those buttons a little different. So you can make the buttons say anything you want and link to any of the pages on your site. So for the first one, I'm just going to do like an About Us, or I could be more clever. Let's think. Who we are. Okay, and then I'm going to link it to our About page. So I'm going to do thefreelancecrew.com, or whatever your domain is, and then /about, or whatever your page is called. And so then I'm going to do for the other one, I'm going to do what we do. That'll link to our services page. So I'll go ahead and do thefreelancecrew.com/services. And then that'll link to that page. So there we have it. I'm going to save that. And I'm going to go back and edit the next section. So this is the next section here. And it goes in order, so we're going to do the About page. Well, it's just a section, not a page. So you can choose not to show a section, but we're going to want this one. There'll be some other ones we change. So again, I'm going to make this a little more clever. Let's change it to what we do. No, that doesn't make sense. Who we are. No. Sorry, I'm picky. A little about us. Okay, let's do that. And then this is, again, where you're adding the little description underneath. So whatever you want to add here, I'm just going to type in a little blurb really quick. Okay. Let's just do one more little. Okay, so there's my little blurb here. And then you're going to look over here, and that's where it is. So it's doing this live, which is really nice. Now I'm going to show you a little bit trickier part, but really easy, how to do that section there. So you go to the next section, the About sidebar, and you go to Add a Widget. And it'll give you all these different widgets. We're focusing on the Illdy widgets here. And so they're pretty self-explanatory, but this first one we're going to do skill, sorry. We're going to go ahead and go down to skill, and that's going to be these separate ones we do here. You can add as many as you want, but I'm going to stick with the 3. So once you add your own, it's going to delete the demo one, and you're going to start to add your own things. So for example, the title is going to be what the skill is. So for me, I'm going to highlight this, and I'm going to delete it and write business creation, just maybe one of the skills of my business, whatever yours may be. Then you write a random percentage. You do like more of what your business does. So I'm going to do 90. And then you can do any of these icons. So for example, if I did this, it would show up next to the title. So if you feel like doing any icons, you could scroll down, find something that might work for you. There's a ton to choose from. If I choose briefcase, it'll show a little briefcase. I don't really like that, so I'm going to go ahead and not use one. And then, of course, you can change up the colors. You don't want black, usually, unless you're doing black. So I'm going to do like this blue color for this one. So there's number 1. Now I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing with number 2. Add a widget. Go down to skill, and change up the information. So for this one, I'm going to do customer service and then put the percentage of what my business does. So I'll say it does 65%. Skip the icon and change the color. I'll change it maybe to this yellow color. Well, that doesn't really match. So maybe I'll do a darker yellow. Okay. There we go. All right. So now I'm going to add one more skill here, and I'm going to go ahead and do, let's just do freelance work. All right. And then the percentage we'll call 70. No, let's do 80. Okay. And then color, I'm going to go ahead and pick purple. I don't really like the purple. Let's try red. So it's really nice. So I can save it and it's just live right in front of us, which makes it so nice to test out the different things you want to do. So it looks really cool. Let me just change this middle one here, since I can see what it looks like. There we go. Perfect. Love it. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and save. So now that section is completely done. And of course, we're going to go ahead and scroll down. And as you'll see, the next one is projects. If you click on projects, I'm not really going to use this section. So I'm going to not show it for now. Again, we're making a really simple site. So the next one's going to be testimonials. Now for this one, it's a little bit tricky because you need that Jetpack plugin we talked about, but it's a little complex for this video. So we're going to go ahead and not use this altogether. So it's going to be very simple. So of course the section after that, as you see, is services. So we're going to definitely use this one to kind of flow with the rest of the site. So I'm going to go ahead and change the wording a little bit again. So for the title, I'm going to say, here's some of what we do. And then just add like a little blurb. It's going to have a services page. So we just want to make it like simple as possible. So people still need to go to our services page. So let's just add a little blurb right here. I'm going to leave that one actually. So now we're going to do the same thing, add a widget, and this time we're adding a service widget. So it's very easy. So if we change up the title here, you can see it disappeared, the old ones. So now we're going to add the title of the service that we do. So for example, I might do some consulting. So let's write some consulting in there. And then this one I do want to use the icons. So if I look in the drop down, let me try to find something that goes with consulting. So maybe that briefcase one, or something with a person. Maybe I'll find a person one. Let me go ahead and scroll down, see if I find the person one. I don't see a person in here. So sometimes you can find like a user. So let me go down a little bit more, see if they have a user. Aha, here we go. So that'll look like a little person for me. There we go. So there's my consulting. Again, you add some text of what the service is, maybe a brief sentence or two here. Okay, so once you're done with that, you're going to go ahead and see it live over here. And then you're going to change the colors again to match the other colors. So I'm going to just switch it up, maybe do red first. So there you go. It's super easy and live. And so of course I'm going to add 2 more of the widgets. So I'm going to add those really quick. And of course just add whatever your services are, whatever you want to add here. Keep it simple and eye-catching. I'm going to just add one more service, of course, to make it match. And then I will be all ready to go to the next section. Alright, so now that I've saved that, you can see it looks really nice with the other section here. And then we're going to go ahead and go back so that we can edit the next section. So go ahead and go up and click the arrow. Okay, now we have a latest news section. This is for if you have a blog. It's really handy, but we're not going to have a blog in this site, so we're going to not show that section either. And the next section is actually really interesting. It's called a counter, and it's a really cool element. So if you go to counter, the first thing you do is general. Okay, so yeah, we want to show this. And then we go to background. This lets you put any background image you want here, and you can also do a color if you want. I'm going to do an image, and I'm going to pick, let's see if this one looks cool. No, I don't like that. Let's do this one. Don't like that either. I'm going to do this other computer one. Okay. So now I have this cool computer background here for mine. And then you're going to go back and you're going to do the counter sidebar. So again, add a widget and navigate to the Illdy counter widget. And this is going to erase the old one and allow you to add a new one. Now, let me just show you. Let me go back real quick. Let me delete this. If I delete it, it'll show me the default. So what they did is projects, clients, and coffees. They spelled it wrong, but so we're going to do our own version. So whatever counter we want to do, I'm going to stick with projects. I like that one for number 1. And then you're going to do the numbers. So this is what it counts from, and then what number you want it to go to. We'll leave that at 1, and then this one's whatever number you want it to be. So of course, if you have a certain amount of projects, you can put those in. I'll do 476, and then this is the speed and the refresh. We don't have to worry about this. It's just changing the time. So we'll leave that, and we'll add another counter. I'm going to do clients again. I liked that as well. So there's that. Leave it at 1, and let's change the number. That seems like too little. Let's make it a bigger number. How about 410? Okay. And then, of course, we're going to do one more. So I'm going to do pizzas instead of coffee because I don't really like coffee. So we'll do pizzas, and then we'll go ahead and put the number in there. That's a lot of pizza. I hope I don't eat that much. Okay, then we're going to go ahead and save that, and our little counter will be saved. So you can check that out live. It's really cool. The image in the background stays in place, so it has this cool parallax effect. It's really nice. So it's a cool extra little image they give you. And the last thing here, well, second to last, we're going to go ahead and edit the team. This is going to be the people that you work with, obviously, for your business. So you can change the little thing here. I'm going to change this to meet the crew. That's where the freelance crew. Add in a little blurb here. Okay, now that I've added that, I'm going to go back and I'm going to do the team sidebar, which of course is the different sections of the people. So let me go first and just save these because I don't have images to use, so I'm just going to save theirs and use theirs really quick, so let me do that. But I'll still be showing you how to make them, of course. So I'm going to add a widget, and this one's called not team, but person. So you go to Illdy person, and then of course you're going to just add in your person, whoever your crew member is. So for example, I'll just name this guy Matt, and then when I go to upload, I'm going to add my images here because I don't have one to use. Of course, you'll have your own team members to use here. And I'm going to use this guy. Okay. And then you're going to put their position, so what they do here. I'll say he's the CEO. Now let's do head freelancer. That sounds cooler. Then we're going to do his little entry, which is just like a little blurb about him, what he does, whatever your team member does here. Trying to think of what to add here. Loves his work. Okay, and okay. Alright, after I do that, I'm going to add in, you can add in their own social URLs. I'm going to do hashtags to fill in the social links, just to show you what they look like. And then, of course, you change the color. So I got my little color scheme going, so I'm going to make him orange. And there you go. There's his little section. So you can save, or you can just go ahead and add the next one. And go ahead and add as many people as you have. I'm going to do 3 again to keep everything consistent. And then once I'm done with that, I'll move on to the next section. Okay, now I'm all done, so I'll save that, and here we are. So we have our really cool little team member section here with all their little social icons and everything, so it looks really cool and matches the rest of the site, so I really like that. And then you saw the counter up there. So in the last section here on the home page is the Contact Us section, and honestly, I don't think we're going to use this, so I think I'm just going to go ahead and remove this altogether. So I'm going to go to the Contact Us and then delete the Show This section. So you can change it up if you want. You can add a contact form 7, which I'll show you later. But in my case, I just want to keep it really clean and simple, so we're not going to use that. So there's my basic home page, and that's going to take the longest, so don't be afraid. The rest of the site will be shorter and quicker. The last thing you're going to do is go to widgets, and then you're going to change the footer here. So all these footer sections you have, we're going to add different things to those. So if you go to add a widget for the first sidebar here, You can use any of these widgets, not just the Illdy ones. And honestly, I wouldn't even use those because you can use basic WordPress widgets. So for example, if I do custom menu, I can go ahead and put a menu in this row right here. So I'm going to do menu 1. And there's my main menu showing in the footer. If I write something like pages up here, it'll give it a title. So there's my first row. The second row, do like any of these I could do, but I think I'll do maybe a, how about a search? Let's do a search in the middle. Although that might, yeah, that looks kind of funny. Again, you can mess around with this and try different widgets and see what looks good for you. That's kind of what I'm doing. So I'm just showing you kind of the process. If I add some text, I can say something in here, or you can just add a blank text box like this, and it will leave it blank in the footer. So whatever you decide. So this last column, I'm going to see if the search bar looks good here. Not really. I prefer a simple footer, so you can add whatever you want. I think I'm just going to delete all of these here and just, let me just try one more thing. So that added 2 blank rows right here and then just pages, but I think I just want to keep it simple. So I'm going to go ahead and delete all these and just make it a really simple footer. Again, you can use text and just make the whole thing blank, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. And that way it's just the copyright. So you're probably wondering how to remove this theme part, right? Because you don't want people to know that you use that theme. If you go back to General Options at the top and you go to the footer details where you added the copyright, you simply uncheck this box here and it'll take off the theme copyright there. And they allow that, which is great because some themes don't. So you go ahead and save that. And there you have it. Your whole front page is done. Your design is, your design is done. And we don't need that. Just double checking. Okay. So now our whole section should be completed. The static front page, like I said, is going to be your latest post. So if you did create a home page, if you remember, we're going to take that out of the menu. So let me go ahead and show you how to remove that from the menu so that you can go to the actual home page, because that's really important. So you go to the freelance crew, or your dashboard, sorry, and then you go ahead and find appearance. Well, first I can go to pages and then trash this page. I'm not going to use it. So now you have your basic pages, then appearance and menus. And then you're going to delete the home if you created one, and then add custom link. And the link is just going to be, first you're going to write home, of course. And then you're going to just copy your domain and put it in the URL. And then that's going to direct people to that page we just created. So save that. Then if you visit your live site, we'll show you how to navigate. So for example, if I click home, it now navigates to the correct home page, which is awesome because we want people to see the awesome homepage we designed, of course. So now we're going to get to the other pages, which are a lot more simple. So the who we are, if you remember, links to the about page here. And so I'm going to first show you how to design this about page. So you're going to start by clicking this edit page at the top, and it'll bring you to the back end of your page. And if you navigate to the top, you'll see that they actually have installed the Page Builder plugin that we installed earlier. So you click that tab, and this will give you all the different options for the page you're going to build. So I'm going to click widget first. And these are all the different widgets. If you go to widgets bundle, you actually have to install the widgets bundle. So if you go ahead and click this down here, this link will allow you to install all the widgets that they offer. So you click that and it'll start installing it. And then you go ahead and do activate plugin, just like you would any other plugin. And there we go. So now we have the widgets bundle installed. So now you want to go to pages again and find the about page and click edit. And then it'll bring you back to the page. Now before you continue, you want to go to this template option. If you go on this sidebar here, you want to click down and do no sidebar. That will allow for there to be no sidebar and a full width page, which is what you want. So now I'm going to click pre-built layout. And if you look and you enable that, you'll see that this actually offers a lot of layouts that you can have pre-built. So I'm just showing you in case you want to ever experiment with these options. There's a lot of cool different ones, like for, contact pages and different home page styles and things like that. So it's cool that they offer that. So like if I installed this one or previewed it, you can see this is like a really simple about page. But I'm not going to do any of these because I want to do my own. So I'm going to add a row here. Now here's the row options. So this is doing a 50-50 2-column row. And if you click on it, you can change the different percentages. But the easier way is to just select how many rows you want. So I want 1 row, or columns, sorry. And then this will offer like the different styles of column and the different ways that the columns go. So I'm going to leave it full width for now and show you more later. So this is 100% full width row, and if you go to add widget, you can see all these widgets have been installed, and the blue ones are actually for the plugin that we have. So I'm going to go ahead and install probably, let's see, if I go to edit row here, I'm going to actually make it 2 columns instead. So I'm going to change that to 2, have 50-50, but I'm going to change it to, let's see. This is just showing, so different options here. And if you do right to left, it swaps them. I'm going to do golden right to left. So that looks good. These are different styles you can do. You don't have to worry about attributes. Layout, you can do margins and padding, which I'm not going to worry about. And then you can do full width. And then left, you don't have to worry about this stuff. And then design, you can change the background colors of the rows and different things, add an image. Again, I'm going to do this really simply. So I'm going to go ahead and just leave it. And now it's time to add the widgets that we want. So click add widget again and pick which ones you want. I'm going to start with maybe an image here. So I'll click the image widget. And then when I hover, it'll give me the option to edit. So I'm going to edit that. Now here's the simple widget editor. To upload the file, I click image here, and I'm going to pick the image I want. So I'm going to try this one here. So I'm going to click it, and I'm going to go ahead and set the media. And then there it is. You can change what size you want to use. I'm going to keep it at full. You can do the alignment. I always like to do center, just so it's center of the column. And then you can add titles and different things like that. I'm going to skip all of this and just leave it as is, and I can preview it. Okay, that just shows me the image. So we actually want to preview the whole page. So let's click done, and then we'll go ahead and add our last widget before we preview. I'm just going to add a simple text box. So let's add this here. You can drag them to the other parts of the rows. So I simply click and drag, and then I go ahead and edit this section. So I'm just typing in a basic about page, kind of what you would type in if you were writing an about page here. So I'm just making up a little bit of info about our team here. So give me a second and I'll add that in, and then I'll show you how to preview it. Okay, now that I'm done writing, I'm going to change the font on design here to black, just so I know that it's going to be black font. And then of course you could change any other elements you want. I'm just going to leave it simple and click done. And then I'm going to update. And then once you update, you can click preview changes, or you can go ahead and do view page. I'm going to view page. And here is what my page would look like. So it looks good. Here's my section, my image, and then it has the about title, so we know what page it is. And I think it looks good. I think it might need another, maybe something underneath, maybe like a button in this section. So if I go ahead and I go back to edit page, I can actually add a button. So if I go to add widget and I find the SiteOrigin button, which is right here. Okay, so I'm going to click that and I'm going to go ahead and edit, and this will allow me to add a button. So I'm going to add a button that says contact us, and then I'm going to do our contact page, so the freelancecrew.com/contact, and then I'm not going to click that. You can change if you want an icon included. I don't want an icon, so I'm going to leave that alone. Design, change the different styles. Let's see what that does. You could experiment, so you could change up colors and different things. It's pretty awesome. You can do text color. I'll do that white. Hover effects, that will allow for it to have some style. You want to usually leave that. You can change all these different aspects of your button. So once you do that, you save it and you update again, and then you go view your page. Okay, so I don't want it centered, and I don't really like the style of this button. So I'm going to go back, and I'm going to edit it again. And you can also do this live editor option, which is cool. So I can actually see what I'm editing and how it's looking when I do it. So that's another cool feature of this plugin. So if I click button, and I go ahead and just edit it here. Yeah. Okay. Now I can see what it looks like before even updating it. So there it is. And I like that button better. So I might just change maybe the color to like orange. And then, oh yeah, this is SEO. We don't need that right now. Everything else looks good. We could change different colors. I think I'm going to leave these though. Just double checking everything. Let's try that one. Okay, cool. I think I like that a little bit better. So that shows you the live version. Then you go back and you update, and then it will have the page that you want. And you didn't even have to update it. So look at that. Everything's lined up, looks cool. Have a button here. So that's a pretty awesome feature of the plugin. So now that we have our about page, we're going to go ahead and edit another page. So our next page in line is going to be our services page. So once you're on the services page here, you're going to go ahead and go back to the top and click edit page, just like we did on the about page. It's going to bring you to the back end of your page, and the first thing you're going to do, of course, is scroll down to the template option and do no sidebar, and go ahead and save and update that. Just makes it easier. Then scroll to page builder, and we're going to add some more widgets to your widget bundle. So if you click widgets and let's see, navigate to widgets bundle here, and you go enable more widgets and click that again. It's going to show you that there are actually a ton more widgets that you can enable that they didn't automatically enable for you. So in this case, it shows you all the disabled ones here. And you can go ahead and activate any of these you want to use. I want to use the price table for my services, and anything else you want to use you can activate as well, but I'm just going to use this one for now. So after you activate it, you go ahead and go back to your page and you edit that again. So we're back at page builder, and now we can go ahead and add another row. So I have my full width column here, and now I'm going to add my pricing widget. So it's right over here, price table. And then if you hover over it, you click edit, and this will give you some different options. Title, they only have one theme right now, so you have to leave this theme as Adam. And then we're going to add different columns for what we offer. Now I'm going to navigate here back to the home page real quick, just so I have my services to reference here. So here's my services. I'm going to go ahead and use these same services on my services page, maybe use some of the text. So here we go to edit, and I'm going to have my first service here. So you click add, and then you go ahead and you click the down arrow, and that will allow you to add your first column for the prices. So I'm going to add consulting. You add like a subtitle, maybe like a little description, whatever you want. I'm not going to add an image or anything like that. Pricing, I'm going to just make up a price here. You can add per month, per session, whatever it is. And then you can add a button as well. But I'm going to go ahead and skip that for now. Then the features is what you're going to add for like a description. You can add as many as you want. I just try to add, an even amount so all my tables will line up. So I could add that in, but let's see. That's a little long. I want to keep it simple. So I'm just going to make some things up here as we go, and then you can kind of see what I do, and you can decide for your own services what you're going to put on your pricing table. Okay, I think that's going to be my only ones I have, and then I'm going to go ahead and change the style. So I'll stick with my color schemes. I have orange and blue and red, so I'm just going to leave that and click done, and then kind of show you what it looks like. So I'm going to update, and then I'm going to view my page, and you'll see this is my first row of my pricing table. I'm going to have 2 more rows, but that's kind of the style it's going to be, and so I like how it looks. I'm going to go ahead and move forward with my other 2 services. So I'm going to go back to edit page, and then what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to change this row and do 3 different columns just to show you how you can do it. So if I do 3 here, then I have 3 separate rows, and it kind of matches the style of the home page with my 3 separate rows. So I'm going to go ahead and save that, and I'm going to just duplicate, I'll change the color to match. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and duplicate this, and then I can just drag it into the next row and just change certain elements. And so if I duplicate it again, I can just use the different elements there. So for example, here now I'm just going to change what it already says. So I'm going to change everything about it to online services so it matches the other option on my home page. This is just one simple way to do it. Just filling in some random information here. Of course, you'll have your own services information that you want to put in, and you can do as many rows and columns as you want. I'm just going to do 3 for the sake of showing you. So, okay, let me just change my features here. Okay, now that is changed, and I can just go ahead and change the color. I'm going to match with the blue here, so I'm going to go to blue, and done. Okay, great. Now I'm just going to go ahead and duplicate this again and create the last column. So I'm going to change this title to match support. I'm going to go ahead and fill out this information in as well. Okay, now that I got that filled in, of course, I'm going to go change my color to match the home page, which is orange. And then I'm going to go ahead and save that and update everything here. And then we can view what the page looks like. So let's check it out. Okay, cool. So here's my cool pricing tables. Now I can simply show people what my services are, what I offer, and the different pricing for those services. So this is a really simple way to have a services page. And I like how it looks. So now we can edit page if we want to edit anything on it. I'm going to go ahead and add one more widget here. Just to give a little spice, I'm going to add a call to action, which is just a long row that kind of gives them something to click on. Once I activate it, go back to my page, and I'll go ahead and edit this page again. And I'm going to add my call to action. So I'm going to add another full width row here underneath. Insert that, and then I'm going to go ahead and add widget. Find my call to action. It's right here. And I'm going to edit this. So again, simple layout. I can have a title, subtitle with little information. Usually want some kind of button or something for people to click on the pages. And you can design it. Let's do white and then a border here. We'll leave that aligned right. And then you can add text to the button, where you want it to go. I want it to go to our contact page. You can even select content and it'll list your pages and you can click on them. But I'm just going to do it the normal way so I can see it. Okay, and then no icon for me. Design and layout. Change the button theme here. And you could change the colors. Really simple, just click and choose basically. Let's change this. Leave everything else. Okay, let's go ahead and update and check what that looks like. Okay, cool. So there's a little call to action that will allow people to contact you if you want to do your services. So you can add buttons on the pricing tables as well, but for me, I'm just going to keep that button and it brings you to the contact page, which is the last page we're going to edit. Now the first thing you need to do is go to your dashboard. I'm going to show you how to set up your contact form 7 that we installed. So if you go to contact, you'll see that this is the contact form 7 plugin. You're going to edit this one that they give you. And I'm going to keep this pretty much the same, but these are the different fields that you'll have on your contact page. And this will be just a basic contact form. What you want to do is go to mail and make sure that your email is accurate. So whatever you want it to be mailed to, it'll give you a subject, and this is how it's going to appear in your email. But just make sure the 2 emails correct. And then you can also change, different messages and any additional settings. But we're just going to leave it as is and click save. And then what you want to do is copy this shortcode and just copy it onto your browser. So click copy and then go back to your page, and we're going to use that on your contact page here. So you're going to edit, and then you're going to do the template, no sidebar, of course. And then we're going to go ahead and just go to page builder. Just like we have been, we're going to go ahead and add widgets and rows here. So we're going to add a row. I think what I'm going to do is do maybe like a third, maybe a little bigger. Okay, I think I'm just going to leave it this way for now. And so I'm going to insert this row into my page. And now I'm going to go ahead and if I want to change it, I can edit it here, like I said before. So I think I'm just going to make sure it's full width. And then click done. Okay, now I'm going to add my widgets. So first things first, I'm going to add the text widget so I can add my contact page. Or my contact form, I mean. So if I click text, you're just going to go ahead and edit this text block, put it wherever you want, and you're just going to paste in that short code that we had copied right here, and that's really it. So you click done, and that will be your contact form. For this side, I think I'll just add like another text block on top too, just to fill in some information so people know to fill out the form. That's usually good if you have a little description here. So now people know to fill out the form. And let's see, let's add another widget. On the side, I'm going to add an image. Okay. So again, we did this before. I'm just going to add an image from my media library, which I uploaded earlier. And then I'm going to leave everything else just the same, maybe center it. And then I'm going to go ahead and let's change that to full width. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to update and see what my contact page looks like. It's a lot of trial and error, so you can definitely mess with it on your own and see which one do you like. Okay, there's a lot of space over here, so I definitely don't want it to be this much space. So maybe I'm going to flip these around. Let me edit it again. I'm going to add this here, and this here, and this here. Okay, it should look a little better. Let's update that and see what it looks like. Okay, so there's my very simple contact form and my very simple image, and it's really easy for people to use. And that's all my contact form is going to be for now. And of course, you can get more into it on your own, but this is going to be very simple. So if we go back home, we can check out our whole site here. So we scroll down. This is our home page. It looks really good. I love how it all has all these cool elements and everything. And then we can go ahead and just double check all the rest of our pages. So to get to my certain pages, I can go ahead and click these buttons. Here's what we do. This is my services page with my nice pricing tables, my call to action underneath that brings people to the contact page, which looks really nice and smooth. I can double check my about page as well, just make sure I like what that looks like. Super simple, a little bit of text, little contact button. If I click that, it should bring us to our contact page, which we just created. So there you have it. There's a really simple website that you can make with a totally free template on WordPress. So if you like this video, please subscribe to the page, like the video, comment with what you've done or any questions you have, and hopefully this helped you in building your own free WordPress site. Please let us know if you have any questions, and have a great day.